kicks you off. Sometimes YouTube does that to you. Just boots you off. Oh, let's get another. I'm sick of drinking coffee. I've got loads of herbal teas, and my kettle's probably a bit noisy. Order tea. I don't want hot chocolate. What do I want? I could have a Japanese soup. Do you know what I will have? Dandelion root tea. No, actually, I might have a chamomile. I need to use them ones more. I've got quite a lot of food in my flat, but I have to find someone to sell food to. I've been hoarding it because I've been stressed out. In fact, that was actually something people did who were in World War II. When the war ended, the people that were in the war, they hoarded food. It's something that people do when they're stressed out. If you're worried about the future, you'll start saving food and things. Saving money is a good idea. That's for sure. I'm probably on my own here, but no worries. We're back. Yeah, it just ended on its own. Next, it lagged me out. First it lagged me out and kicked me off the game, and then it kicked my stream off as well. Sometimes it just happens. YouTube will do it sometimes. I've had it happen to me before, even with an Ethernet cable, and even when the internet don't go down. Yeah, so that's my plan anyway, right? So I just got to keep walking 5 miles a day for maybe just another week, and carrying a bit of weight, and then I'm going to start getting up at 5 in the morning and go and walk 10 miles, and then hopefully get back by like 8:30, 9 o'clock, because you can walk 10 miles in 3 hours, from 5 till 8. You know what I mean? So at first it'll probably take me 4 hours at first. Boy, you get blisters and stuff. But after a few months, you become Superman, because it gives you a foundation to build on. So I'll go and do like a 10-mile walk, and then go gym as well. And you're building on that foundation, you see. Boys, can be murder on your feet and stuff. But that's why you got to take your time. You got to build up to it. I've always walked, even though I smoke. But never mind. And yeah, I need to get fit. Well, that's what I'm doing anyway. I've decided to start looking after myself properly. And it'll just mean I'll have loads more money, loads more time, be loads healthier, loads happier. You get back out of life what you put in. If you put shit in, you're gonna get shit back. That's for sure. And really, every day is precious. You know, every day that you can spend with your family and your children is so precious. I mean, that's why you go gym, right? It's actually so that you can look after your family better. It's for them. So they might say to you, "Oh, you're always at the gym, Dad. Don't you care about me?" But you go to the gym because you care about them, so you can keep your health and look after them better. So it's actually the other way around. And that was the thing I said. I was saying that to Captain the other day. That a man shouldn't care if he's happy or not. You should just be a man. I think I said it to you as well. You should just be a man, and you get up and you go gym and you go work, whether you're happy or not. It doesn't matter, does it? That's for women to worry about whether they're happy or not. Men haven't got time for that. Go do what you got to do. And that's what separates the men from the boys, right? That's in my opinion. So yeah, another picture. That's what it is. It's coming up on my PlayStation app. I nearly lost my account yesterday because I got two-factor authentication. And I signed out of PlayStation and I couldn't get back on it. But luckily I've still got my old SIM card. So now I've swapped over my two-factor. It looks a bit like the guy I shot earlier. That's it. That's it, and that's what men do as well. Then look after their family. Oh, they're raiding somewhere. Man, I used to have a sleeping bag up here as well. I'm going to have to kill him respawn, I think. Or was it an airdrop? Could be an airdrop. Thing is, I need to remember where I died. L9. L9 on the left. Because I'm going to get killed again, probably. Base 2. Let's see if we can steal a gun off these guys. I did have a gun in my base. I had an MP5 from an airdrop. But I should have got it back to my main base and researched it. Well, I've got Tommy guns and rocket launcher now. Pretty sure they're trying to raid. But no, that is it, isn't it? You got to look after your family, and that's what you do it all for. And it does give you a good feeling, doesn't it? And it gave me a good feeling when I was fit and healthy. As I was saying before my stream cut off, I used to walk like 10 miles a day and then go work even. At the time I was doing voluntary, at the time I was cooking for homeless people, doing like voluntary work. Did that for like a year. But I'd get up at 5 in the morning, walk 10 miles, go and cook for homeless people. But I was getting like food out of it as well. In fact, there was one day I brought home 50 kilos of sugar one day. Like 50 quid's worth of sugar. I've still got it because I just replace it. I buy a new sugar as I use the old one because I've got like 50 kilos of sugar in my flat. It's like, what? But hey, we're all different. Whole barrel of sugar. See my kitchen taking my space up and making my flat look messy. Yeah, and that's hard work as well. I bet he's got big forearms or something. Well, they get paid a fortune. Someone was telling me. My neighbour was telling me that bricklayers in London, at the minute, some of them are getting like £125,000 a year. Because there's not enough bricklayers. A guy I went to school with, he's a bricklayer. I thought they were raiding here. They might have just gone back to this base. They were definitely shooting here. Yeah. Is that a dead guy? No, it's mushrooms. So I could, because I did do a railway engineering course not too long ago, and I got a blue CS card from that. I never found any work on the railway. You have to know someone who does the job. It's a bit of a closed community, although most things are. Ah, nice. Yeah, and then get all the... So he's got the proper qualifications. For 6 months. I did it like about a year and a half ago. It's called a Sentinel card to give you, so you can work on the railway, but it's run out. But so you have to get this Sentinel card, and then you have to have like a trade. So whether it's like gardening or bricklaying or even scaffolding as well. So you can do scaffolding on the railway. And I've said there's even more money in it, or a crane driver. I mean, your job sounds brilliant. Stuff, that's just amazing, really. I mean, who can say things like that? Especially at your age as well. So it's brilliant. It's good. You just got to keep it going and be really careful. Don't drop your phone off the scaffold like your buddy did. I'm going to either chase it or it's going to be back. It's quite long. It's very long, really. But they do tend to drop here. I don't know why. They're actually on this wipe. They're dropping around here. I'll chase it. It's such a bad base design, that. We build a base and then build a wall around it. It's just pointless. And Big Ben as well. Oh, they're calling these in by the look of it. There's another airdrop. You can get supply signals on the game where you can call in an airdrop. And to think as well, he dropped his brand new iPhone 14 Max Pro one as well. Proper posh one. That's what I mean, I'm so glad to get my phone back, my S23 Ultra. I would recommend that phone to anyone. Before that I had the S20 Fan Edition, which is also waterproof. I think you need a waterproof phone these days with the way the weather's gone. So I'm getting a bit hungry now, but I'm not going to eat. I'm just going to go walk, and I'll eat after when I come back. That works as well. I've got a little bit of belly fat I need to drop from drinking beer the past 3 years, but that will soon go. I'm really into herbs and spices as well. I got some today. What did I get today? Maca root. I got some maca root today. Do you know what? I'll have a look. I can't remember the other one. I got 2 today. 2 more to add to my collection with my mango pickle. Oh, an organic yellow dock root powder, which is supposed to help you detox for your liver and stuff, and for toxicity. Helps with rheumatism, scurvy and scrofula, whatever the hell that is. Treats inflamed nasal passages, and it's for your digestion, liver and skin. Grows in Europe and Asia. Grind it, then add 1 teaspoon. You make tea out of it. 1 teaspoon per cup of water for 20 minutes. So you make tea out of it then. It's already ground, but it says grind. I should have a mortar and pestle somewhere. But yeah, and there's things like that. That's what life's about. Variety is the spice of life. I would recommend that you get into herbs and spices at a young age. That's what they make medicine out of anyway. Rosemary, turmeric, oregano. Really powerful ones, those. But anything, dandelion root, anything natural and organic, and like herbs and spices, mint, lavender, you can just make tea out of it. Don't tell your mates though. Like, oh, I'm drinking lavender tea. They'll be like, what the f get off my scaffold. Found a fridge. Hey. I'm trying to think. I was going to say licorice, but that's silly. I mean, cinnamon's good. You can get cinnamon bark. Every time I have coffee now, I put cinnamon in it. That helps you to stop getting. It helps regulate the sugar in your body. But you'll find like your muscles will grow loads as well though by eating herbs and spices. You'll just drop body fat as well. And you'll sleep better. Your skin, when you know you got it right, because your skin goes really soft. And your girlfriend will be like, "Why is your skin so soft?" I'm trying to think one that tastes like. I'm trying to think what it is. The one that tastes like licorice. I could probably Google it. I will Google it. But it's dead interesting. You know, if you just Google the benefits of rosemary, you're supposed to have 5 grams of rosemary a day for 6 weeks. It's like a 6, and then you have a couple of weeks off. And there's one that tastes like aniseed, one that tastes like licorice, or fennel and anise and star anise. Fennel seed, anise seed, and star anise. They all taste a bit like licorice. What herb has a licorice flavour? Anise hyssop. Bees and butterflies love it, and that's a good sign. And it's similar to mint. It's actually similar to mint. Anise and star anise is quite expensive. Star anise. You get it a lot in curries and like rice and Chinese takeaways. But fennel, that's like a plant, fennel is. That one tastes like licorice. You just chop it up and chuck it in with your bacon or whatever, or your sausages. I wouldn't really recommend eating bread, but bread's not a great thing to eat. Bread's for poor people that don't know what to eat properly, if that makes sense. That's why they used to feed Napoleon's army was fed on bread. Yep, yeah, that would do you the world of good. I do as well. That's what I mean, and you can like make your own. Even take the kids out blackberry picking and things like that. They love that. And then take them back home and make a blackberry crumble or something. Like you can use porridge instead of crumbs. You can use a bit of oats, porridge oats. And don't put too much sugar in it because fruit is sugary anyway. That's a natural sugar. I do like cooking. I remember doing that with my daughter. I've not seen my daughter for years, sadly. Oh, is that your internet, Captain? Yeah, welcome back, buddy. See, I'm doing that today. I'm going to walk today before dinner. Yesterday I walked after dinner. And I'm just gonna take. Oh, you know what, I might carry. I'm going to take 6 tins. I'm going to take 6 tins today instead of 5. Let's just up it, because I'm not aching too much or anything from it yesterday, although I was hot by the end of it yesterday, but that's fine. And then I can have a bath as well, finally. What a life, eh? We all got different problems and we all learn the same things at different times. That's cool, buddy. I'm just sort of out getting loot. I'm expecting to get shot soon, but again, but we'll see. Some players on this game, they're like farm up players, so they could just be like sat there watching me, which is kind of sad. They can just get their own loot. No worries. Why am I using a rock when I've got a pickaxe? Yeah, I'm kind of like planning my walk. I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to take 6 tins of food with me and a drink of water, and then come back and eat. So I'm going to go hungry this time. Which I know that does things to you. You're supposed to be hungry. Most people eat too often and too much. You got to think the human body is designed to go 30 days without food. 30 days. It takes you 30 days to die from not eating. So that shows you're not supposed to eat every day. So it can be an addiction, food. And I've tried fasting because I worked in an Indian restaurant and they have Ramadan and that. I have actually fasted. You can go without food for 1 or 2 days, no problem, and it's really good for you. Because while your stomach and your body's not busy trying to digest food, it can heal itself. Because it's all you. When you eat too much, when you have like a big Sunday dinner and you eat too much, all the blood goes from your body to your stomach and it makes you go sleep. That's why it does it. It's not a good thing to overeat. Although sometimes you should overeat. It's a really hard balance. Sometimes you shouldn't eat at all, sometimes you should overeat. And you mix things up a little bit like that, it's really good for you. But it's natural, isn't it? You know, plants only grow, there's times in the year where you might not have any, normal in nature, that you might not have any food for a week. And so at that time then you sort of hibernate, you sit down, you don't do any work. Obviously that's not possible in modern life, but it just depends how your body works and things. I mean, with your job and stuff, it's not really, I wouldn't really recommend you going without food for more than like half a day. Especially with all the physical, you know, you go in gym and all the rest of it. And what have I had? I've not ate a lot today, but I did the other day. In fact, that's how I started getting healthy again, to be honest, because I had a bad tooth. I just stopped eating sugar. I didn't really eat sugar for about 2 months, I gave in the end and had like a bag of biscuits about 3 or 4 days ago. But it actually made me feel a bit poorly, you know, like the day after. Sugar is awful, awful. Sugar causes inflammation, and rosemary fixes inflammation, and cinnamon, and like some other ones as well, but I know rosemary and cinnamon do it. So it's interesting. Nutrition is a fascinating subject. 7 days without water, but to be honest, you don't want to go more than 3 days without water, and it's your tongue swells up, you go blind. It's the worst thing ever. And then again, so starving to death, very slow and painful. And imagine no food for 30 days. Ooh. You'd eat your own waste. Horrible, horrible way. Yeah, it's 7 days without water, although they do say like 3 days, but you'd be surprised. Although again, you'll start drinking your own waste. But yeah, it sends you mad and everything. It's awful, awful. Oof, horrible thing. And a lot of it is on YouTube as well, and Google. You should never believe what someone tells you. And then like say you look up about rosemary, don't believe the first thing that you see. Look on about at least 2 other websites as well. Because there's a lot of misinformation out there, especially nowadays. We live in an age of misinformation. Anyone can say anything. I mean, someone could make a video of you committing a crime and the police would be like, oh look, it's real. Although they do have experts that can check. When you take a photo, it actually encodes itself with a date and a time and stuff. And then when someone edits the photo, it's also encoded into it, so that you can tell when things are fake. Like muscles and stuff, you can tell when someone's on steroids as well, can't you? You can tell when a person's fake training. What's the other one they do as well? Well, people inject their muscles as well, don't they? Oh, that's gross, that one. I don't know if you've seen it on YouTube. People inject themselves. Sometimes they do it that much because they get addicted to doing it, and it makes the muscles swell up and stuff, and sometimes the muscles will burst and stuff. It's frightening. But steroids can help certain medical conditions. When you get older, it can be good to do a course of steroids when you get to be like 40, 50. When it doesn't matter so much if you and you grow breasts and things. From what I know, I've never tried them. But they can help with testosterone levels and illnesses where people have to take steroids, certain asthmas and things, and steroids are the only thing that help them. Well, I think a lot of asthma is caused by pollution, I think. Cars and things. Cars and not enough trees. Why is there so much loot around? It's dead interesting though, really. I think it's interesting. So I do love watching documentaries. I'll sort of head back to my base now. Hopefully make it without being shot. Or find a bow and arrow or something, or a gun on the way. But this is a big loot run. I'm pretty sure I'm going the right way. No, I'm not. I'll go this way. Really, I need clothes for this mission. Why do I not have any cloth? Oh, I have got cloth. Silly, but it's because I'm talking. Hard to do different things at once. Gloves. Kind of prefer balaclavas, but let's get out of here before someone sees me. Never stay still. It's the same in life. When water is slagging the people off that are doing it and showing videos of them being pushed around and things, well, that's assault. You shouldn't be pushing people around. And people are entitled to demonstrate, or they used to be. The right to demonstrate's been taken away a little bit. They do need to stop. They should have stopped all years ago, but they won't do it because of the money that's made. And they got everyone to buy cars, and they built roads. but there are other technologies out there. You can run a car on alcohol for a start, and oils, like vegetable oil and things, or electricity. They struggled with electricity because of batteries, but because of mobile phones, batteries are improving. So they're starting to be able to run cars on electric. Well, at the minute it's kind of hybrids, isn't it? Is more at the minute. I'll hide here and put these clothes on. Drop this, I'm going to need a bit of space. With 2 binoculars. I get a bit lost on this water treatment for some reason. I can run around popping barrels and stuff here, but people hear you, but I do need more scrap than this to take home. I'm not too cold, I've got clothes on, right? Yeah, 5 lots of clothes. Why is he cold? He needs to warm up. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of technologies that they covered up for years and didn't work on. You can probably run a car on solar power and then let it charge a battery, and then it will still work at night. But these things will come out very soon. You'll find they're working on it non-stop like mad at the minute and keeping it secret, because whoever comes up with it first is going to make a fortune. Solar panels are bad things, you know. They make the landing like a desert, so there's no space for the animals because they put solar panels everywhere. We'll go. Oh, don't give me rubbish. I'm gonna go on. Oh well. Usually it's good loot in here, but it's not too bad. Yes, yeah. Hey, I mean, well, there's push bikes. So you could cycle a push bike and then store some of the energy in a battery for later use to charge your phone or whatever. Someone must have been there, but not in the water treatment bit where I just was. And normally there's some boxes around here, but I guess I'm done, to be honest. Let's just go quick. Get out of here before we freeze to death. 81 health. See, there's an underground bit here as well. Someone might be down there. Chocolate. I've got real chocolate. I've got cocoa nibs, cacao nibs. It's actually quite bitter. It's a little bit like coffee. Real chocolate. When they make chocolate, they just like add milk to it and sugar and things, and it's not quite as good, not quite as healthy. Everything's a trick, you see. Everything's a rich man's trick. Someone's making money out of it all. And that's what's ruined the planet, though. But yeah, things are changing. Well, I don't think we'll bother with that. I might get this node. Thing is, I know I've got to go past these bases here. Oh, anyway, I'll go around them. I'll go around a little bit. It's a bit tough to get by these guys. Gun or no gun. Then I'm going to go for a walk. A hungry walk. But it does you good. You're supposed to be hungry. I mean, there's a saying, isn't that's what you do at the gym? You stay hungry. You got to stay hungry for that improvement and keep going. It's the only way you get better. And of course it's painful, but life is painful. That's Buddhism, that is. Buddha says life is pain. But without knowing pain, you can't know happiness. Or without knowing sadness, you can't know happiness. There's nothing wrong with being sad or happy. It's normal. So people are like, oh, I'm sad, I need to go to the doctor. No, not really, because it's normal to be sad. It's just as normal as it is to be happy. It's a bit odd if you're not sad, to be honest. Yeah, let's go. So this base is broke. Well, what I'm going to do is go round a bit. Because I know there's a couple of big bases just over that hill. Someone's near me. This is where it gets busy. And I don't really want to get shot here. I'm so close to getting back now. I've got quite a bit of loot. Not as much as I hoped to get, but this is the bit. Not a lot I can do anyway if I run into a player without a gun. There we go. Just need to get down there. That's where we're headed. And yeah, see, I went round a little. Follow this road around. If you follow the contour of the land, you run faster downhill. But also, this sort of covers me a little bit as I go by here, then people can't see me so much. There we go, in that base. And I can just also run from here. So it's not always the quickest way on this game. It's not always in a straight line, but not a lot of people know that. Oh, don't stop running. That's how you get shot. Let's go. Made it. What did I get? Well, at least 200 scrap. Not too bad. 6 gears as well. Bit of cloth. Yes, it is, mate. Yeah, it is. So that's what I find, because I'm used to exercising as well. If I don't go gym and walk and stuff, give it like 6 months or whatever, and I just end up going crazy and getting poorly. Because you get used to it. And so when you've not got it, and that's what happens to me anyway. And so then I'll replace going to the gym with drinking beer or something, you see, to try and make myself happy or give myself them feelings that I'm used to, or that my body and mind want, because it knows that I should be feeling better. Everything has a price. That's why people say, oh, it's addictive going to the gym and all of this. It's not so much that it's addictive. It's what you're supposed to do. That's what clever people do. There's nothing cleverer than going to the gym and looking after yourself. Going for a walk, going cycling, going swimming. There's nothing better. Next, maybe learn a foreign language, learn martial arts or something, or raise a family. They're the next things, aren't they? But first you've got to look after yourself. That's why they say you can't love someone unless you love yourself. It's interesting. It's nice having a chat, actually. It reminds me of things that I used to know before I was drinking all the time. So you have good years and bad years. But yeah, I've found I suffer a bit with my mental health, and it's from not walking and going gym and stuff. And drinking beer, which ruins your sleep, and then you're tired the next day and you haven't got the energy to go for a walk. Because your body's trying to detox. It's just an example, but stress is the biggest killer. Worrying and stress. But you need a little bit of stress. Otherwise you wouldn't do anything. A bit like if you've got dishes in your sink. If you weren't stressed about it, you wouldn't bother washing them. Well, then what are you going to eat off? I know that look, 250 scrap, 245. A bit more than that. I don't want to. No, do you know what? I do want a fridge. My base is huge. I could fill my base with fridges. And then now I've just got to get from here to my base. I like binoculars. That's how I killed the guy earlier. Buy some metal. Get back in the base. Go for a walk. Because you can't do the same thing all the time. So it's the same when you exercise. Once you can do an exercise, you move on to a different exercise. No point doing the same one all the time. Once you can do it, you can do it. It's a mistake people make. Common mistake. Because they think, oh, I'm good at this, I can do this one. Yeah, no one cares. What can't you do? Go and do something you can't do. Learn something new. Go and do a different weight, a different, do you know what I mean? A different exercise. Work on your back rotations or your hips or something, or your elbows or your wrists or your fingers. People forget their fingers, don't they? when they're training. Learn some finger exercises, grip strength. Piano players and rock climbers are the best for grip strength. Interestingly, they're the two. Yes, it does. It does, buddy. Yeah, it does. And then that's what they do when you're in the supermarket. They stress you out, and it makes you buy more. Well, they'll have the smell of the food, which again stresses you out. It makes you hungry. It's a form of stress. Or even by the fact that you know you've got to queue up, and you think, well, I can't be bothered to queue up next week, so I'll buy more this week. And it makes you eat, and you eat the wrong things when you're stressed. You'll eat crap. You'll eat anything because you're stressed out, and they know it very well. It's the tricks supermarkets use and businesses. So or if you haven't got this car, the ladies won't love you. You know, that kind of thing. A bit hard to explain, but psychology as well. Then you see, it starts getting, and it's very quickly starts getting complicated, even though it's a simple thing. But yeah, so it's good to remember it in a simple way. Just that stress makes you put weight on you. It ages you as well. It makes you older as well, and you can't sleep. So it causes cancer and all sorts. Stress does. And not only that, it makes you unhappy, and no one wants to be around you. It all swings and roundabouts. Everything has an effect on everything else. Everything's like a spider's web, and it affects everything else. Yeah, I'm glad I got that loot back. Finally, a decent loot run. Look at that, 2.5k metal frags. Not bad. And some to cook. 1.5k to cook. Gears are really important. That's what you make traps and doors with. These garage doors, which Captain got me. It's an awesome door skin, that. It's probably a 20 quid one. The game's 50 quid, and then we're that mad, we'll spend 20 quid just for something that looks good. It glows in the dark though, them green bits. Chinese, that is. I love Chinese writing. It looks Chinese anyway. It could be Japanese, I could be wrong. I'm not an expert. And there we go. 10 hours upkeep. See that little 20 minutes? So 20 minutes, and now my base is going to stay up for another 10 hours. Nice little run. Got to do something with this metal one day. But yes, I'm going to go for a walk then. In fact, it's 5:15 already. It's getting dark, so I shall disappear. I'll be back in a couple of hours. Like, you enjoy your dinner, and thank you again for the chat. Well, you know what? It's improved my memory, and it's inspiring me to carry on, to keep improving. Because it's pretty simple. Your job in life is to either stay the same or improve things, not make things worse. Okay, guys, I'll catch you all later. I'll see you later as well, Captain. Get back to your holiday. Stop watching Rust. Take care, guys. And thanks for the fun. I'll be back in a while. Rest.